What's up, guys? Chainsaw Man, full demon form. So this is in the manga, right? So it's not in the anime yet. So, spoiler alert, I guess. Some people will not be happy that I'm drawing this. Let's go. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hip pause if I go too fast. I'm going to start with his head. So we're just going to go with this curved shape. Just here. Okay. And depending on how long you want to do your chain, I'll go right sort of to the edge of my page. You could go longer, of course, if you wanted to make his chainsaw much longer, but I'll just fit in whatever I can. If you want to go back further, make it longer, it's up to you. Right, so coming out of his head there, so we'll just curve, we'll arch this back to here, right? And then he's got those three fins, so it like goes down here, right, goes in and out there. It's kind of like just like a letter M. See that? Just there. And then we have kind of like some extra details on it, right? Because it's just smooth. It's just got a, it doesn't have those eye sections that he has in normal form, right? And you can add some like cracks and things because it looks like in the manga it's kind of drawn a bit sketchy and dirty and all that kind of stuff. So there may be some cracks like this sort of thing, like some textures and stuff like that on it, right? So then we can see the underneath of this, right? So it like kind of goes like back this way, right? And then his like his black sort of gums are like in here, so they bump around his teeth, right? So you just do this bumpy sort of section like that, and this will go up into there. And if you want like some more sort of texture on this, you can. Yeah, it's kind of like flesh or something, dark gray flesh like that. So then those big long teeth, right? So and you can do them as big or as small as you want. So let's go for relatively long, right? So we'll go 1, 2, and maybe just one more just there. And then we can see some like in the middle here. So we can see like his gum line down around the bottom here again. And then we'll have some teeth just going up into here. Okay. So then his chin, right? So big pointy chin comes out, and then it'll go back this way, right? And then we have this sort of angle line that goes like up here. And then it goes back into his jaw. And he's got a scarf of like someone's intestines, right? So, and this is like his gum line again, just here, the black section and some cracks, right? And dirt. So he's wearing like a scarf of intestines. You heard me correct. So it kind of just cuts off his shoulders here. So I'm just going to do like a bumpy sort of line just going this way. So we'll just go all the way up here, right? Like that. And then his head comes out from here. So this is like wrapped around his neck and shoulders. And it like flows off like a scarf. Okay, so the rest of his head, right? So we got like a devil horn. So we do like a curved line here. And then it goes up to there, right? And comes back down. Right, and the one on the other side of his head is just here. Circular line coming around this way. And another one inside here. Maybe we should see like a little bit of shadow just in this. This will go around into there. And then another line there. And if you want like sort of texture lines and stuff on that as well. So just under this, then we have all the gears and stuff that hold his jaw together, like in those pipes and things, right? So we'll go circle here with a circle inside. And then we have a chain that holds his top and bottom jaw, it looks like, together. So it goes just sort of around this circle down this way and disappears sort of down here, right? And then there's another line on the inside. And then we have kind of crisscross lines on this, right? Like so. Right, and then like they're like veins, but like muscle sort of lines, right? We've got like the dark part of his helmet sort of here, and then all in here we've got like these vertical sort of lines that kind of crisscross one another. I guess they're like muscle fibers if he was human, but you know, they sort of all go down around that way. And then maybe some of his head here, right? And the thing about these is they just have all this texture like this on them. Excuse me. Just crisscross lines just going across here. Okay. So rest of his head comes back, going back this way. And we have more spikes sticking off as we go, right? So another sort of spike here. And then we go down a bit. And another spike here. Down a little bit more. And then we have another spike there. There's all spikes going down his chest and everything. Down his back, sorry, not his chest. So we got to add some details inside here. So we got like a little circular section there, like an ellipse. And then this has like another section around it. Right, so it's kind of like an ear or something. And then another little section underneath that. And then you got to add like just like armor lines. It looks like armor anyway, just coming across here. All going down his head. And you can kind of break it up as much as you'd like. Add maybe some like edge lines and things just to make it look a bit three-dimensional. Make another circle around that. Okay, roughly speaking, like that, and we should see another sort of horn just coming out from behind his head here. So his shoulder's just here, right? So we'll draw that in and then try and get those intestines. So we've got like this sort of bumpy angled sort of thing, right? We're going for this sort of metalled armor look. And it looks like there's like, but that could be the ink that your man draws with. So we'll just go like this way. And we'll just make it as bumpy as we can. And you can go real rough with this. You can go bony. You can go like metal, you know. And there can be these like texture lines coming across like that, right? And edge lines. Dots and things, right? So that's a plate of armor for his shoulder. On top of it, we've got spikes. And a big one here. And his arm will continue all down this way. Okay, so we'll and he's got 4 arms. Okay. We'll get the main shape for his arm, right? So another piece of armor going down this way, and his armor kind of steps, you know, it's got like bumps and things on it. So we just go down towards the elbow, down to there, kind of. And the front of it we'll go, so this should be another plate of armor, so we'll go like out here and down for like his bicep there, and you might see some muscle or something inside there. Main shape for the arm then continues this way, so we'll go just like bumping down here. It comes up to his wrist, and we've got another chainsaw coming out here. So arm going that way. He's got a second arm, right? So like here, second arm will go just like down off my page. This will be the elbow, and that'll go down there. So 2 arms and 2 chains. So then his wrist. So we'll go higher up. So we'll go here for the wrist. Chain going that way, okay? So then the front, so he's got, before, I won't do hands and details and stuff yet, right? We'll just try and get the main part in. So this is the end of his wrist, just here, okay? And then, so chainsaw, but this line is like the start of his chainsaw, say, going that way. And then, what will we do? Let's think. So we'll go his intestine sort of scarf, right? So just here, comes around, kind of loops around a couple of times. All right, so we've got like various sort of bumps and stuff coming down here. Okay, and then his chest will come out, back down, and then back down to like his, close to his arm, because we have a chainsaw coming out here, so I guess we've got to draw the chainsaws now. That other, the end of the intestine is just back here. Kind of bumps a couple of times. It goes around like his head, and we go off the page just up that way. Just this wobbly sort of stuff. Gone this way. You know, and you can put like curved lines and things on it just to show it's kind of round. Okay, and I guess we'll get some of that chainsaw in, and then we'll start adding all the armor and textures, right? So we'll do the one at the top of his head first. So you want to start with a ruler, I'd say, and then go out from relatively close to this point in the mask, and we'll just go out as far as we can fit it anyway. So we'll just go out to here. Okay, and then this should like curve around, so it'll like go up like so, right? Pretty round, just there, and then we'll go back into his head. Okay, that sort of a shape, right? So just like a curvy sort of top to it. I might just make this a little bit curvier. Just bring it in like that. Right, and I'll just erase this heavy black. Right, so that's one chain, right? And there's another one down here, but we got to do his hand first, unfortunately. So let's do that. So thumb comes out to a claw, sort of there. Comes around up to his finger there. Then we have another claw coming out here, kind of curved over. He's kind of doing this kind of thing. Then the other one comes out from here, and his hand is like cut in half, so it goes down to his wrist like that way. Maybe we can see a little bit of the inside of the finger there. So then this chain, we'll use that line there. So it'll go sort of down off the page. Go pretty close. You might be able to fit like a full chain in that way. And this one comes from here somewhere. So we'll try and keep it as straight as we can. So we go zoom. There. And they're fairly long. So, and then we'll try and curve it down this way. Right, so roughly like that. Now, there should be another one on this arm. So just starting coming out from the back of his elbow. So we'll just curve it around here, right? You can see the back of this chainsaw blade, right? And then that will go down this way. Just by his arm, like that. Right. So, what's left? So these are just the main shapes now. There's lots of detail in this. Some intestine goes that way. And his back, we should probably do his back. So we go, his back, his spine will just be like here, right? And it's kind of bumpy because it's got like lots of armor and stuff on it. Just going that way. Right, and then comes down just here somewhere. Like so. So then that intestine will kind of fly off down here. And his body you can't see in there. Okay, so spikes and chain and then armor plating. So let's do this. So we're just gonna like follow around this line here. All right, and then we go that way. So you're just kind of tracing around the edge, and then we'll add some cross lines. All right, we'll do that here. Just while we have a ruler out. And then we can get rid of the ruler because this is probably the last thing it will need. All right, so then that goes down that way. And then we'll go bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum. Right, something like that. Oh yeah, this one as well. So if I'm going too fast now, hit pause. So I know, because it's a complicated drawing, so that's why I'm kind of trying to get through it as fast as I can. There. Okay, so then these sort of spiking lines and details like this. So we'll go like even sort of shapes, like just going this way. They could be straight or diagonal. It doesn't really impact the drawing too much. Spikes. So you do a large one, followed by a small one, and that pattern repeats. Right, and you know, scratches and blood and all kinds of stuff if you want, like, you know, just like this kind of blood stains. It looks like he's fighting like a demon, so it's like purple blood and things, but that'll be done mostly with color. So but these sort of texture lines, little dots and things can just make things look more interesting, pretty much. Maybe even just little random stuff like that. right? And now armor plates, right? So all over his body here we got like these various kind of armor plating things. So it's like chest armor here. Right, and these will have like little textured edge lines like that. It's a really neat trick in drawing to kind of make something look a little bit three-dimensional, is to just give it like, especially when you're drawing like things like Iron Man and armored people, right? It just comes across. Right, and you just give it like an extra little edge. Just another line that follows that line real close. See? Just a neat little trick. Right, so like his ribs here, and then edge. And it looks like there's more of these vein things like in here. So these crisscross vein lines, basically. Right, so little things like textures on them like this. It's just dark shadows in between. Okay, and again, if you want to like add cracks and things to him, cracks in his armor and textures and things like that. Armor all coming down his hand. So again, we just follow this sort of shape like that. And the artist really does draw it like fairly sort of chaotic and rough. So don't worry too much about it being like exactly like mine, because it's really crazy. Like, you know, in the manga itself, it's like there's ink everywhere, you know, it's just like splashy and stuff, real rough, right? So you just do the armor plating coming down, breaking up his arm like that, and then like same on the thumb sort of thing, right? Just break up the hand into different armored sections. These little knuckle diamonds. And we'll just give these sort of edge lines. And little sort of textures on them. Whether you believe they're bony or metal, I don't know. I have no idea myself. Okay. And then some spikes going down his spine. That'd be important. There seems to be a good few. Did he go the whole way down? I think they go the whole way down his spine. They kind of look like the blades on the chainsaw as well. Right. And we got to break up the spine, the back, into an armor plated section as well. So just these kind of crisscross going across this way. And down here too, of course. And this arm. And just do some edge to it. Some edge on this. And textures and things always helpful. Maybe some like blood in the air and things like that. So these little details just help things look a bit more textured and realistic. So what I like to do on sort of detailed drawings like this is like thicken up some of my edge lines. So just add some extra weight sort of to the edge. So I'll just do that now. Okay, so I think that's the best I can do. Chainsaw Man full demon form. Hope it's helpful. Full devil, should I say. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.